guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and well, I guess, judging by the day as of now, a couple things I need to get out real quick. Number one, happy last day of March, everybody. Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're at the final day of March as of now, and tomorrow it will, of course, be April. With, of course, April Fool's Day coming up right around tomorrow by the time this video goes live for sure, so good luck trying to get through all the April Fool's Day pranks, and, but moreover, for the second thing that I need to address real quick is without a doubt, well, given to where we're at right now, all I can say to you guys is, Happy Easter, everybody! So yeah. So yeah, I hope all of you guys are actually having a really great Easter for sure. Whether it be if you're a Christian, actually celebrating, of course, the pretty much everything revolving around Jesus Christ. Trust me, I'm pretty sure it's actually happening every single Easter for sure. If by all means Christmas is probably, I think, the one thing that still comes into mind for sure. But I guess stepping aside from all that, but I also hope all of you guys are enjoying some really nice eggs and Easter baskets that you've been getting from the gold Easter Bunny himself for sure. Although I guess if anything, I am gonna get a lot of angry messages saying that I prefer the Easter Beagle a whole lot more than the Easter Bunny. But I'm fine with both regardless. So yeah, I think that's probably what I can say, of course, that front. I hope all of you guys are having a really great Easter this year for sure. And, well, judging by the time this video goes live for sure, we're already in the midst of that holiday for sure. But what can I do in the meantime, pretty much for, of course, this special occasion? Well, of course, I've decided to give you guys a little treat for sure because, well, judging by the way I'm actually putting up this video for sure, yeah, I guess we're actually going to be talking about pretty much not one, but two movies that I actually got the chance to go see right earlier today by the time I'm recording this video for sure. That's right, it looks like pretty much as my way of course, pretty much giving you guys a special treat this Easter for sure. I decided to give you guys not one, but two thoughts videos today. Of course, two movies that I actually got the chance to go see not too long ago. That believe it or not, is actually part of a double feature that I actually got to do. So yeah. I think that's what I could say, of course, that front. I'm back, of course, catching new releases on the big screen as usual, because, hey, I definitely need to do a little something since after my last thoughts video that I did when I talked about Luca for sure. But moreover, we're back to new releases just as I originally intended in these thoughts videos for sure, So yeah, and of course, as established, I actually did get to see not one, but two movies that I actually got the chance to see as part of a double feature for sure. With, of course, one of them I'm actually going to be talking about here today, and don't worry, I'll get to the other one later on for sure, pretty much right around after this goes live for sure. But, of course, I think it's about time that we get ourselves back into the midst for sure, with, of course, a couple of new releases that I got the chance to go see. I mean, what? Were you expecting me to, of course, go to another convention for sure, or maybe have other plans right around this weekend? Well, for the other plans, I might, but probably don't have much going on. Well, as for other pretty much other conventions for sure. Well, let's face it, Syracuse Collectors Con definitely took a lot out of me for sure, and I've got all the time I need before I go to my next convention for sure. And surprisingly enough, I wish I would have gone back to Boston to attend Anime Boston that I haven't actually attended in quite a long time for sure. But I digress. So yeah, I think it's about time that we finally get, I think we might as well jump right into this for sure. And, well, looks like I've got a lot of catching up to do with these new releases for sure. So I think it's about time that we get ourselves in for today's movie that I'm going to be talking about for sure. And, well, it has been about a few years since I actually covered the last film in that series for sure. So I think it's about time that for today's movie we're going to be talking about here today, I feel like I'm in the mood to, you know, bust some ghosts. Yeah, that's of course, yeah, that's my little hint that I actually can give for sure. But in case you actually are quite curious, I think it's about time that we dive right into the latest movie that came out not too long ago that I finally got the chance to go see as part of my double feature that I did, which is none other than Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So yeah, that's of course what I'm going to be talking about here today. It is of course the latest film that just came out not too long ago, but it's also the latest installment in of course the ever popular film franchise that we all know and love, which is of course Ghostbusters. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say of course that front. Alright. Alright, so before I could go right ahead and talk about this latest movie, I think I might as well give you guys a little, pretty much a little history lesson, of course, Ghostbusters in a nutshell for sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I can say, of course, that front. Seeing how I am talking about a new Ghostbusters movie, I think it makes sense to give you guys a little, pretty much a little backstory on Ghostbusters itself, let alone my experience with it. So yeah, I guess I made no secret that for quite a long time now, for sure, if there's one movie series that I didn't get into years and years ago when I was a kid that I finally got to experience now, for sure, that really got me in for quite an interesting surprise, that would definitely be Ghostbusters for sure. And yeah, what can I say about Ghostbusters that a lot of people haven't already for sure. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that every single corner that you actually go, you would definitely see something revolving around Ghostbusters for sure. And it's actually quite interesting to see on how much of a massive impact it's actually made ever since it made its debut back in the 80s for sure. But moreover, the movies, from what I can gather, is of course the main staple of what made Ghostbusters actually so great for sure. The original from 1984 is definitely a really great film altogether, and yeah, everything about it, from of course the interesting characters, the really great acting from all the actors for sure, the incredible special effects, and not to mention the laugh out loud comedy for sure, and even some moments where it actually can be quite terrifying to see on screen. And amongst everything else, it actually makes Ghostbusters a pretty much a timeless classic for sure that we can never actually forget anytime soon. And of course, it's saying a whole lot on my part for sure, because yeah, I can agree with a lot of people in saying that the original Ghostbusters is definitely well worth the watch for sure. While for the other films, from what I can gather, that's actually pretty interesting to sum up very shortly for sure. The second film is not really that great, but I'll admit, a lot like everyone else, I do have a soft spot for the second film for sure. Yeah, not a great movie entirely, but I do think it's something I do have a soft spot for. While, of course, the other two, from what I can gather, I made no secret that I did talk about pretty much the other two Ghostbusters movies years and years ago, pretty much way early on in my thoughts videos for sure. Like, of course, the 2016 all-female reboot, I kind of thought was okay, but you could just skip over it for sure, as it's, well, not canon for sure. But that's why I can gather for sure. And let's not forget to mention, seeing how pretty much this movie is called Frozen Empire. Pretty much the last film for sure, yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Again, I did talk about years and years ago in my thoughts videos that I did. And yeah, I guess to me, I actually do think it's actually a pretty good movie for sure. I mean, it's not amongst pretty much the best I've actually seen, but I do think it is actually I do think it's actually a really good follow-up to the original Ghostbusters for sure. Not only pretty much bringing something new and creative with what it has to offer, but also stay true to, of course, pretty much the original franchise from what I can gather for sure. And that's something I really do like about Afterlife for sure. But if you want a little bit more detailed thoughts on that, go watch my thoughts video that I did on Ghostbusters Afterlife from 3 years ago. God, it's hard to believe that it's actually been that long, so. But yeah, those are, of course, what I can say for my experience with Ghostbusters for sure. I mean, I pretty much didn't get into grips with it entirely for sure, nor have I even delved into other aspects revolving around Ghostbusters for sure. But I guess the movies, from what I can gather, is, of course, the one thing that does come into my mind when I think of Ghostbusters for sure, amongst plenty of other things that I really do love and admire. So, of course, when I heard the news about this movie that'll be coming out, I actually got myself really excited to actually see how that's gonna go down for sure. I mean, I'm actually open for new and creative ideas to help expand the franchise for sure. And plus, I think it's about time that we pretty much get a little something that'll get the Ghostbusters back into their regular element for sure. Not only mixing in with the old and the old and the man, I can't even speak right. Yeah, pretty much not only mixing in the old and the nostalgic, but also bringing in the pretty much some brand new aspects that we actually got from the last film to really blending all together to actually make something creative with it. So, luckily enough, based on what I've actually seen right there, I definitely know I need to see this movie for sure. And, well, luckily enough, I did manage to do exactly that, to get myself in to see this movie as part of my double feature. All thanks once again to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas. As always, you guys rock. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I decided to do. I actually got to see this movie first as part of my double feature for sure, and, well, since I just literally got back from, of course, seeing it not too long ago, a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I think I will have to say, I think this movie is alright. Yeah, I'm completely serious. I thought this movie was decent. I mean, okay, it's not really as great as I hoped it would be, but it's not terrible either for sure. I definitely do think it's actually a pretty decent flick for sure. But did I have a good time actually seeing it? Hell to the yes for sure, So yeah, I think that's probably the best way I can describe Ghostbusters Frozen Empire for sure. I don't really think it's anything, pretty much, anything that good, pretty much, much like Afterlife for sure. But I definitely do think it is actually a decent flick for sure, and I find myself having a good time with it for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Okay, I guess I'm done with that. Okay, so now that I've actually got that out of the way, pretty much the short version for sure, let's go right into all the main aspects with, of course, this movie. So yeah, now I guess for starters, I think we might as well start off with, of course, the story for, of course, this movie. And, Well, I guess to me, from what I've actually seen in this movie, the story, I have to say, is honestly not a bad one for sure. I think, based on, of course, what I've actually seen, I do think the story, of course, this movie actually does have a lot of strong possibilities from what I can gather, and they really laid the groundwork quite well for sure to actually making it work for sure. Again, it's pretty much not only mixing in the old and the nostalgic like we've seen in the first two Ghostbusters movies for sure, but also mixing stuff that is actually very new and creative like we got in, of course, the last film that we actually got for sure, and of course, given to what I'm actually seeing, I really do like the way they really pinpointed all the details they need to actually make the story for this work, and I did find myself following it through actually quite well for sure. Just a little something I would expect from, of course, well, Ghostbusters in a nutshell, So yeah, I guess give it to what I'm actually seeing. I do think the story, of course, this movie does have a lot of strong possibilities, and I really like some of the unique ideas they actually flow along with it for sure. Again, pretty much putting Ghostbusters back into their regular element for sure, but also trying to do something new and creative, like, of course, what we got in the last film for sure. So yeah. And even some of the stuff they actually brought back that were absent in the previous films, I really do admire that in such a way for sure, but I'll get more onto that later on for sure. But for now, it's what I can say for, of course, the story, of course, this movie for sure. Now, for the writing, I have to say, honestly, it can be a little hit and miss from what I can gather. Not really anything that good from what I can gather, like in the last film. But again, I really do like some of the stuff they actually jotted down for some really good ideas to actually make this work for sure. And yeah, I really do like what they've actually had to offer. Now, some of them are not really executing properly from what I can gather, but again, I do like some of the stuff that they've actually had to offer for sure, and to be honest, I wish they could have actually done it a little better from what I can gather for sure, but it's not by all means terrible for sure, so yeah, and of course for the comedy, I have to say, well, I guess to me, I do think the comedy in this film is alright for sure, so yeah, I think it's not pretty much laugh out loud hilarious, but of course they did actually put in a pretty good joke for sure that I did find myself laughing actually pretty good for sure, so yeah, I guess the comedy in this film hasn't really hit the mark from what I can gather for sure, but again, some of the jokes in it are actually very well done for sure, which, yeah, I guess in the end, actually makes it alright from what I can gather, and yeah, I guess I can give the film a massive pass on the hag for sure, so yeah, not every joke actually landed perfectly for sure, but a good number of ones actually did get me a good laugh for sure, so yeah, those are what I can say for, of course, those aspects in a nutshell, so yeah. Alright. Okay, so now that I've actually got those out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things for sure. So I guess for starters is the characters, and yeah, I think from what I can gather, the characters in this film for sure, I really do like, of course, what they've actually done for sure. Some of them have actually grown quite well for sure, which actually makes them pretty much still want to root for them more for sure. Now, I guess if anything, not all of them I have to say are that pretty much that interesting from what I can gather for sure, but I do admire, of course, what they're trying to do to make these characters work for sure. Some of the old ones that we got, like, of course, the last films, they stood out quite well, and I really do like what they've actually done for sure, while for the new ones, well, they're not bad per se. I just wish they could have been giving much more development to actually make them all the more likable for sure. But that's just me nitpicking once again for sure. But hey, if you've seen the movie for yourself, you'll see what I mean. So. But yeah, those are, of course, what I can say for, of course, the characters in, of course, this film. Now, as for the actors that came on board to play all these characters, oddly enough, yeah, I guess if there's anything, I really do like pretty much the actors they brought on board for, of course, this movie. I really do think they actually gave off some pretty good performances, I have to say for sure. I mean, it's not really anything great by all means, let alone Oscar-worthy for sure. But I do think the acting in this film is actually pretty good from what I can gather for sure. And I could easily actually pretty much identify their performances actually quite well for sure. Again, I don't think it's anything that great from what I can gather, but I really do like the acting, I have to say. I think they really did pull off some pretty good performances, I have to admit for sure. So yeah, those are, of course, what I can say for, of course, the characters and the actors, and, of course, this movie for sure. So yeah. It's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that I've actually got those out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, quite a whole lot for sure, so yeah, I guess for starters is, of course, well, I guess if anything, I think I might as well go ahead and start with, of course, the visuals and the effects, and, of course, this movie. And, well, if there's one thing I actually really do admire, of course, this movie, I really do think the effects, of course, this movie is actually quite amazing from what I can gather for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really do think the visuals and the effects, of course, this movie actually work quite well for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much to best describe it, I actually want to go the back to the route of course, the first two films and actually pretty much incorporating some really nice practical effects for sure, but also pick up on what we got in the last film with, of course, a little mixture of course, CGI into all that for sure. And oddly enough, I do think sometimes the combo between the two can be a little hit and miss from what I can gather for sure, but I guess in the case of this movie, I think those two actually blend in perfectly for sure. So yeah, I think pretty much from what I can gather, I do think the visuals and the effects, and of course this movie, actually do work well together. I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done to actually make it all the more presentable for sure. And yeah, that's something I really do admire from what I can gather for sure. The way they actually combine those two all together actually makes it all the more interesting to look at for sure. Again, actually pretty much retain the love and the spirit of course, the style of the visuals and the effects that are given in, of course, the previous movies for sure. So yeah. I guess that's what I could say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, the visuals and the effects, and of course this film, I really do think they are brilliantly well done for sure, and truly stand out quite well for sure. And not only that, but I also found the tone and the atmosphere from what I could gather for sure, that too actually works well perfectly. And again, actually pretty much retaining, of course, pretty much the way it's actually been giving it, of course, the previous films from what I can gather for sure. So yeah, I think that's what I can say, of course, that front. Now, of course, for the others, that too I will have to say is actually quite interesting for me to talk about. For starters, the direction in this film from the film's director, to which I did do my research, and believe it or not, pretty much the director of this film did actually do Monster House for sure, which was actually quite interesting for sure. And well, I guess given to what I'm actually seeing for sure, I guess pretty much this film's director for sure. Well, I guess if anything, his pretty much his directing is not really that bad from what I can gather for sure. I mean, to be fair, I think it's not really on par like what Jason Reitman actually did for sure in retaining, of course, his late father, Ivan Reitman, did for the previous films for sure. But I do think he actually did do the best he can with the material that he's actually got for sure to actually make it work, which I really do admire, of course, what he's actually done for sure. And I mean, granted, I think it could have been done a little better from what I can gather, but I do think it actually is alright from what I can gather for sure. So yeah, I think that's what I can say for the direction in this film. Now, of course, for the others, the cinematography is just absolutely brilliant with some really good camera shots from what I can gather to actually make the film actually look great. And I really do admire, of course, pretty much what this movie has done through its cinematography. I really love how well shot this movie is for sure. And of course, the editing, I have to say, I will admit it's actually caught up alright from what I can gather. Not really anything that great for sure. Hell, I dare even say there was a whole lot that actually got cut out for sure that would have actually played a much bigger role for sure. But I do think the editing in this film is actually fine for what it is. Not really anything that spectacular from what I can gather. But moreover, I really do love the effort they actually put into it, but most importantly, I will have to say, yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind, they actually brought in some pretty nice callbacks from what I could gather to, of course, the previous films for sure, let alone the entire franchise from what I can gather for sure. And well, I guess if anything, I really do admire some nice callbacks in throwing little bits of nostalgia to, of course, a movie franchise for sure. And I think I really do like what they've actually done in, of course, this movie. Sometimes it actually works well, other times not so much, but sometimes I really do like the mixture of both for sure. And yeah, it can be a little hit and miss from what I could gather, and yeah, not all the callbacks, and of course, this film actually landed the mark for sure. But I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure to really make it stand out quite well for sure. And I really do think that's probably, I think, what really matters for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much everything that I can say, of course, this film for sure. So yeah, I guess overall, I really don't think, yeah, for while I actually don't think this film is actually pretty much anything that good, much like with what we got in Afterlife. I can't say this film is that bad either, as without doubt, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I definitely do think it's actually a pretty decent flick for sure. I mean, it's not great from, like I was hoping for sure, but it's not really that terrible either for sure. I definitely think it's a alright flick for sure, but I have no doubt in my mind that I actually did have a good time actually seeing it for sure. I mean, granted, I think some parts of it could have actually been improved on a whole lot more to actually make it all the more great for sure. But I really do like all the hard work and determination to actually make this movie work for sure. And yeah, pretty much for what it is, I really do love, of course, what they've actually accomplished for sure. So yeah, not really anything that great or that terrible either. I definitely do think it's a decent enough flick for what it is, and yeah, I think that's, of course, what really matters for sure. So But hey, I guess if it's something up your alley for sure, then by all means, I still say definitely check this movie out for sure. You're probably not gonna get much for sure, kind of like what I got for sure, but you're still gonna get something that still retains the love and the spirit of course, Ghostbusters in a nutshell, and it is still worthy enough to actually make you want to say, "Busted makes me feel good." I know it has on my part, but yeah, I think that's what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, this movie is indeed a decent one to check out, and I had no doubt in my mind that I actually had a good time actually seeing it for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So for my final score, yeah, I guess I'll definitely be fair on, of course, this one, and I'll give Ghostbusters Frozen Empire a 6.5 out of 10 as my final score for sure. So yeah, like I said, I don't think this film is actually that great, but it's not terrible either. I definitely do think it is a decent enough flick to actually check out, and I think it is definitely pretty much well worth the watch, regardless on how you actually feel for sure. Now, I guess if it's pretty much something up your alley and something that you'll be really in for, well, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that I should definitely say for sure, strap on your proton pack and actually bust some ghosts to see this movie for yourself. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire if you've actually seen it? Do you absolutely really enjoyed it and think it's definitely on there alongside Afterlife as one of a few good Ghostbusters movies that we actually got? Or do you absolutely hate it and think it's absolute trash altogether and actually think it deserves to pretty much be finished off, kind of like what Walter Peck has actually been hoping for? Or are you like me and you thought this movie was actually pretty decent for sure? So yeah, let me know in the comment section below on what you thought about this movie. I would definitely love to know. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and well, we're not done just yet. Oh, no. I guess seeing how I did actually say earlier that I actually saw this movie as part of a double feature that I did, that means we're actually going to be talking about another movie that I actually got the chance to go see as part of that. And thankfully enough, yeah, I guess yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that seeing how Ghostbusters Frozen Empire came out last week, and I just only saw it now, I guess we're in the mood to finally talk about this film that had just came out not too long ago for sure, which by all means is, of course, this weekend for sure. I think you'll definitely see what I mean, of course, that front, So yeah, definitely tune into, of course, my next thoughts video within about less than an hour from now, or hour and a half, probably by the time this video goes live. As of course, we actually pretty much now get to talk about another movie that I actually got to see, which is, of course, Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. What do I actually think of that said film? Well, you're definitely going to have to tune into the next thoughts video to see for yourselves. So yeah, but I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TheThomasFan1 to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget.
Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, Ackley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.